Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're talking about the Siege of Coruscant scenario pack coming for X-Wing. This is a two-part pack coming out. We've got some Jedi pilots to preview, to talk about from a recent Atomic Mass Transmissions article. They've been doing X-Wing articles again, which is very good. It's a great way to get some previews, as well as just to kind of keep the visibility of these games in the public eye, which is always a very, very cool thing. So let's talk about this pack where we've got 3 Jedi pilots that we're going to preview from the Siege of Coruscant pack, and there will be certainly more stuff going on. There's clones in here too. They didn't give us any of those previews today. There's also separatist ships as well, and you've got lots of different types of ships. You got ARC 170s, V19s, you've got Hyena bombers, you've got all kinds of different separatist ships, and you're going to get a lot in here, and you're getting a whole scenario too. And now that scenario is something you can play or you can not play, but either way, you're getting the big draw of this, as well as the Battle of Yavin pack, and all of these things that are coming out are that you are not only are you getting a scenario, but you're also getting quick builds. They're not just normal quick builds; they're standardized loadouts, and they are like quick build plus cards. They're fully built out, and they have new things that you normally couldn't even put together. In some cases, all new abilities. And the cool thing is it's got the full text on there too, so you don't have to go dig out all your upgrade cards. You can just like plug and play, and these are not only usable greatly in the scenario. I don't know why I just did a little voice. Greatly in the scenario, you can also use them in your normal builds. I'm doing voices now. I don't know, but you can also do them in your normal builds as well. So they're also tournament legal. We don't know the points for all of these yet. But we do have some cool stuff to look at now. Little admin stuff before we get in, because, well, the first one is going to be Anakin Skywalker. We're going to talk about him and a couple more Jedi as well. Very cool stuff, but I do want to do a little admin stuff. Our sponsor today, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens for Star Wars X-Wing. Check them out. They are compatible with X-Wing. They have tokens compatible with Legion. They have tokens compatible with like Magic the Gathering. Lots of other games too. Head over to luxuryplaystyle.com, and if you use my code Crabbok VIP, not only are you going to save 15% off of your order, which is going to be great because holiday time is just around the corner. Get your orders in now to make sure that they show up in time. Let your loved ones know that if they are going to get you this for a holiday gift or some kind of celebratory event, and then if they use this code, they're also going to save 15%. Also, if you use this code and save 15% on orders of $35 or more, you're also going to get a free Crabbok token thrown in there. It's got the C on the front, the 5 on the side. It's got lightsaber nunchucks. You can use it to mark critical hits in X-Wing. You can use it to mark higher counters of damage. You can flip a coin, light side versus dark side. It's awesome coin. You're going to get that thrown in for free when you use that code and have a purchase of $35 or more while supplies last. So head over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Check them out. Amazing tokens. You won't regret it. They're absolutely gorgeous. Also, if you guys are new here to the channel, we are doing another big giveaway for the end of the year. It starts now. Well, it's actually already started. It's for a lightsaber in the form of a $200 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do to enter to win that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. All right, so let's talk about Anakin Skywalker. Siege of Coruscant is his subtitle. He's a big dude. I'm going to make him a little bigger here because I want to talk about him in all of his glory. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Okay, so Anakin Skywalker, Initiative 6. He's got the Bullseye 3, the Front Arc 2, 3 Agility, 3 Hull, and 3 Recovering Force. Like you would expect on an ETA-2. No shields there. Going to die pretty quickly, right? We still have intuitive controls like the ETA-2 normally has. It's during the system phase, you may perform a purple boost or barrel roll action. So you get a lot of repositioning here, which is important for a very fragile ship. No shields. They're like a single shot this thing can be one-shotted easily. So it wants to arc dodge, wants to get out of arc. It's got focus. It's got evade. It's got purple target lock. It's got boost and barrel roll, which are normal boost and barrel roll, but again, if you're doing the intuitive controls, you're having to spend the force to do it, which Anakin has plenty of. But all this is stuff that normal Anakin has already. He's got a new pilot ability. It's slightly different. I mean, it's very, very much similar to the ETA-2 version of Anakin Skywalker. It says, after you or a friendly Obi-Wan Kenobi, now I want to point out, the friendly Obi-Wan Kenobi can be any Obi-Wan Kenobi. It can be the standardized loadout Obi-Wan Kenobi that we're going to look at here in a moment. It can also be any existing version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is very, very cool. So after you or a friendly Obi-Wan Kenobi ship at range 0 to 3 fully executes a maneuver, so don't crash. If there are more enemy ships than other friendly ships at range 0 to 1 of that ship, you may spend a force. If you do, that ship may perform a barrel roll action. So action economy is one of the things that this is working on. Of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan kind of want to fly together into a big swarm. It's going to work very well in this scenario, or so the article says. These are ships that are definitely going to kind of want to fly very well fly into the invisible hands docking bay and rescue Chancellor Palpatine. That's kind of part of the scenario. They have the big, invisible hand, the big Providence kind of token thing that you can try to shoot down the shields in the docking bay to get in there, and it looks kind of cool. But this is a slightly different one because it's a free barrel roll action as opposed to the original Anakin's, which I think was removing a red token or something like that. So very, very similar, but slightly different pilot ability on this version of Anakin. Again, you can't change these. These are standard loadouts. Additionally, you're going to get Malice. When you perform an attack, you may spend a force to change one eyeball or hit to a critical. If you do, after you perform that attack, if the defender was dealt one or more face-up pilot or crew damage cards, recover 2 force. It's just a really cool card. It's doing a couple of different things, right? Like it's giving you some mitigation against maybe an eyeball. Like it's giving you basically, you're going to turn more non-hits into hits, which again, you kind of could already do that with force anyway, but it's getting you that critical. So helping get face-up damage on your opponents. But also it's giving you the chance to recover force, which is also very, very cool. But it's got a third use, and that is to power the ancillary ion weapons. And this is something that all of the versions of the ETA-2 that come in this pack are going to have. It says while you perform a primary primary forward arc attack, so that's your 2-die attack. Before rolling attack dice, you may spend 2 charge. And it has 2 charge recurring. So basically, this is a weapon that you can fire every other round. And if you do, your critical results deal ion tokens instead of damage. So it's a cool way to you're still attacking, right? Like there's no reason not to do it unless, of course, you really want to kill somebody and you're afraid you're going to roll 2 crits and then you just deal 2 ions and then you don't get any actual damage through. But rolling 2 crits is pretty unlikely. So it's a great way when you want to try and ionize somebody, but it's not like an overpowered ion weapon. It's kind of just a nice little bonus. What's great about this is Anakin has that Malice ability, which can virtually guarantee a critical. And so now he has a pretty darn good chance of trying to get that ion in there, which is awfully nice. Of course, still, it's only 2 dice. If you're at range 1 of somebody, you can get that 3rd die in there because, there's nothing on here that says that you don't. So that's something that Anakin's going to try and do. He's going to try and get some ions on somebody to kind of help with the repositioning. If you can ion the bigger target that's more threatening you, then you'll have an easier time setting up bullseye arcs for future attacks and trying to take them down, which is pretty cool. And the idea here is that, since this is every other round, I ion you, now I can do some easy repositioning. I can plan my next maneuver much easier, and then I can fire with the bullseye weapon next turn because I don't have to ion you again because I couldn't because it's got a recharge anyway. So that's kind of what Anakin wants to do. He also has R2-D2, who is going to be able to recover shields. He's going to have 2 charges for that, non-recurring. Now, Anakin's buddy Obi-Wan Kenobi, again, Siege of Coruscant, also has 3 force. He's initiative 5 and has a slightly different ability as well. He still has intuitive controls and still has the ancillary ion weapons. So in a lot of ways, he's going to fly very similar to Anakin with a couple of notable differences. First off, he's initiative 5, so he'll be moving before Anakin, firing after Anakin, and kind of leaning Anakin into the battle. Like, follow me, but you shoot first. I'll observe. It just seems very thematic. But also, he has a slightly changed pilot ability, but it still is very similar to how the ETA-2 Obi-Wan Kenobi works. So after you or a friendly Anakin Skywalker ship at range 0 to 3, again, that can be any Anakin Skywalker ship. Doesn't have to be the ETA-2 that's in this pack. It could be the regular ETA-2. It could be any other version of Anakin, because Anakin is all over the place. He flies everything, right? He's like the Sabine of the Republic from a certain point of view. But after you are a friendly Anakin Skywalker ship at range 0 to 3, fully executes a maneuver. If there are more enemy ships than other friendly ships at range 0 to 1 of that ship, you may spend a force. If you do, that ship may perform a boost action. So Anakin and Obi-Wan are both able to really give themselves lots of extra maneuverability. You can potentially boost and barrel roll with both of them and still have a force left over. And you'll still have an action. You could take a target lock if you want, or just go ahead and take that normal focus so you don't have to spend too much force if you wanted to do that. Or maybe just save a force and not take, not worry about having to take a target lock. Just maybe do the focus, and then you'll have the free boost and barrel roll. You don't even have to use any of them, but it's giving you options for maneuverability, which is good. Now, what else is cool here is Obi-Wan has Patience, not the Guns N' Roses song, but rather the upgrade. It's at the start of the engagement phase. If there's an enemy ship in your forward arc, you may gain 1 deplete token to recover a force. This will be especially good if you happen to use Obi-Wan's ability here a couple of times, for you and Anakin, and maybe you're getting kind of low. It's also pretty cool. Now, the deplete token, you're going to roll 1 less die when attacking, so if there's an enemy ship there, you're only rolling 2 anyway. So it's good, like, if you look, I'm not going to get any damage through here. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to kill this guy, but I need to get the force back for defense. Or, even better yet, there is somebody there. Maybe they got 1 hull left. Anakin also has them in arc if you're flying them together. Anakin's going to shoot first. So if you've trained your apprentice well enough, and you are pretty sure, as Obi-Wan Kenobi, that Anakin's going to get the killing blow, you can just sit there like Obi-Wan and be like, I'm going to the bar for a drink. I have patience. You kill him, Anakin. That's all right. I'm going to recover my force. So it's like, it seems very thematic. Like Obi-Wan's just meditating. He's like, that's fine. This is why I hate flying. You go ahead and get the killing done. He also has R4P17 as his astromech, in addition to the ancillary ion weapons. He has R4P17. It has a pretty cool way for Obi-Wan to make up for hitting a couple of rocks or buzz droids or any kind of movement-based damage, of which there is quite a bit, or bumping, maybe, right? If you would be dealt a damage card, if you are not defending, which means if this damage card that would be dealt to you is outside of combat, which there are many ways, especially in the new rule set, you may spend 1 charge and gain a strain token to discard it instead. So you can just get rid of that damage card. Doesn't even matter. It can be a face up, face down. Doesn't matter what kind of damage card. You just get rid of that. You only got 3 hull. This is a great ability. So it's kind of helps error correction, and so I kind of like it. Or mines and things like that. It's very cool. I like that card. Very cool. Very thematic. Lastly, we have Shak Ti. Shak Ti does not reference Obi-Wan or Anakin in her new pilot ability, so she's a little different. She's Initiative 4, also has the subtype Siege of Coruscant, so all the pilots in here are going to have Siege of Coruscant, right? She's only got 2 force recurring. She still has intuitive controls and the ancillary ion weapons. She has an all-new pilot ability. Says at the start of the end phase, you may perform a purple coordinate action even while stressed. That's a kind of a cool bit. After you perform a coordinate action, if the chosen ship has the born for this ship ability, you may coordinate 1 additional ship. Now, the born for this ship ability is something that the clones are going to have, and we're going to see some more of that when they do the next clone preview, whenever that may be. Might even be out by the time that you're watching this, and in which case I would encourage you to subscribe, even though I've already done that, and watch more videos. Click the little bell for notifications, all that groovy stuff. If you like, if not, that's okay. I'm not your mother. I can't make you do anything. Anyway, but yeah. So basically, she gets to coordinate. Shak Ti wants to coordinate clones, and she wants to. It's worth spending a force to coordinate on them because she'll be able to. First off, it's not consuming her action, which is good because it's during the end phase. Also, it is going to potentially, if you're playing it right, it's going to give 2 coordinate actions out there. Now, because it's at the end phase, you're probably not going to take a focus with those clones. You're probably not going to take an evade with those clones because those tokens would go straight away. Unless, of course, you had something like the old Shak Ti's ability, which would let people save certain tokens or whatever, but you can't have 2 Shak Ti's. So ideally, this is something that you'll want to do for repositioning. So let somebody barrel roll or something like that, or to target lock. It lets the clones get some target locks at the end phase or reposition so they don't bump into a rock or something like that. And that's what Shak Ti's really bringing to support clones. And they kind of mentioned this in the article that she'll definitely want to be with the clones that we're going to also see in this scenario pack. As far as upgrades, she has 2 Force upgrades, which is pretty cool. Or sorry, I should say she's got marksmanship, which it looks like it's looks like the Force symbol on there. I don't know. That was weird. While performing an attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, you may change 1 hit to a critical result, which is cool. And then she's got brilliant evasion. While you defend, if you are not in the attacker's bullseye arc, you may spend a force to change 2 of your eyeballs to evades. So this is nice because it kind of favors her having a lower force count and still wanting to have at least one left over during the beginning of the end step. Marksmanship doesn't require a force to trigger. Brilliant evasion lets you, if you're getting attacked and you're getting targeted, for 1 force it lets you do 2 tokens, so you won't end up like, oh, you rolled 3 hits against me. Oh, I have to spend both of my force now to turn 2 eyeballs to evades. Well, now if I can just spend 1, I can still save 1 for the end, which I like that. She also has the ancillary ion weapons, and she has the R4P astromech, which is going to give her own a little bit of her own repositioning ability. Maybe not repositioning, but just better maneuvering. Before you execute a basic maneuver, you may spend a charge, and while you do execute that maneuver, reduce its difficulty. So if you've got a stress from turning around, you're not restricted to doing a blue maneuver. You can now pop this guy and do a little more complex white maneuver while still shedding your stress and having the ability to either reposition or take a focus if you're going to want to save your force, which is something that she probably would like to do if at all possible. And those are our 3 ETA-2 Jedi from the Siege of Coruscant in today's video. We'll be getting more of these coming soon, and of course be on the lookout for the Battle of Yavin, which is going to be any day now. It's coming out very, very soon, so I'll be doing an unboxing of that also as that shows up, and I can't wait to get my hands on these. I really like these new standardized loadouts, but I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments section. I will talk to you later. Make sure you also check the links in the description below. Join our Discord. Keep the discussion going there. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for helping make this channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Happy holidays, and have fun trick-or-treating, Thanksgiving, and all that other awesome stuff that happens around this time of year. I will talk to you later. See ya.